Hey y'all, welcome back to another video with Life with Justice for General Hospital, June 4th, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. Yeah, y'all let me know down below what y'all thought of this episode. I said, well, truth out now. Now we just got what? We got the secret about Nina where they come out tomorrow. The fact that Nina's the one that poisoned Drew. And the other thing is what? That Nina and Drew was sleeping together. That's the only thing left, y'all, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I said, look, Nino snitch and tell oh snitch. She don't sit up here and snitch. I said, you should have known she was gonna snitch. Then she back there smiling. I said, I can't wait to Lord, get choked up. Hold on. I said, I can't wait till she get exposed, want to sit up here and tell stuff. But it's out there now, y'all. It's out there now. I said, just give these folks joint custody at this point, because everybody done did something they ain't got no business doing. Then Rick was over here bringing up the fact that Michael went to jail and he did this and he did that. And I was like, didn't he go to jail? Did he ever go to jail for what he did to Carly? Did he? I don't know. How he still able to be a lawyer? Besides that, I said he is good at his job, though. I said, look, he going tit for tat, y'all. Oh, what was it? Let me see. Hold on. Diane revealed on today's episode that Willow signed papers so that Drew can get, custody of the kids if anything ever happens to her. Everybody looks shocked, but did Michael know? I know Carly was back there looking shocked or whatever, but I don't know if Michael knew or not. But I'm so glad they came out as well. Hold on, let me read the comments, y'all. Let me scroll down. Well, scroll up. Let me see. Hold on. Who would have thought the Sasha would go into early late? Oh, yeah. She going into labor, y'all. I'm confused, though. Did they say she was 9 months? But she's supposed to be saying it's too soon. I said, dog, time went by fast. Y'all know they be adding on, though. But, yeah, she's supposed to go into early labor. They said that Willow springs into action, so I'm assuming that she's going to end up helping Sasha. I said, she's trying to get on the judge's good side. But, yeah, where are we going to start it? Oh, wait, I ain't finished reading the comments. Let me scroll back up, y'all. Sorry. Let me see. That was so good. That was good. Glad that Elizabeth turned looking down. Yeah, I know she would. She's scared because she been steady saying how she don't know if he gonna stay in town or not. It look like he's about to storm, y'all. Lulu needs to get a life. Right. Michael was not wrong for what he said about Willow. Right, he did. I was like, I was hoping that woke her up. Because what he said she needed to hear. But she's so far up, Drew, but I don't know, y'all. I said that when he said that to her or whatever, I said he said exactly what she needed to hear. Well, she needs to get some therapy and get away from Drew, right? We'll see if she actually gets away once she finds out everything. I doubt it. I don't know. We'll see. I seen some people saying how they hope that this storyline finna be over with, that the truth about Drew comes out and Willow walks away from him because it's been going on for so long. But when has it ever stopped the writers before? Y'all know how long these storylines be going on, but I'm hoping too. I'm really hoping that Michael don't lose his kids. I really hope he don't lose his kids or whatever. But regardless, even if they get cussed, I know. That reminds me. Somebody said that Drew's supposed to pay off the judge. I said, you know what? I didn't even think about that. And we've been seeing Drew do a lot of sneaky stuff. So I was like, oh, he could do that, especially with him being a congressman or whatever, even if he wasn't. Hold on, let me see. I think Willow's going to harm Sasha, baby. You think so? Y'all think she gonna go crazy? What y'all think gonna happen? I don't know. But yeah, they said she's supposed to spring into action. So I'm assuming that she's gonna help Willow. Not Willow. How's she gonna help herself? Then she gonna help Sasha or whatever. But okay, let me see. Let me scroll. I ain't even started yet. But so first we're gonna start with Anna and Brendan. So Anna decided to go to Brendan because she's suspicious of Dalton. She feels like he's up to something, he's planning something, so she wanted his help. He told her she was being overprotective or whatever. And I said, didn't he tell Von them that Anna would put two and two together? But look like she talked to Felicia or whatever. But Felicia told her that she's trying to overcompensate because, the situation with Robin. But she's supposed to be talking to Jason on tomorrow's episode. But yeah, let me see. What else with Anna? Yeah, she wanted his help, asked about Dalton, and he tried to make it seem like she was crazy. Brendan ends up contacting Vaughn and telling him that Anna's onto them and they have to stop her because she gonna get to Dalton or tip him off, and he wants whatever he working on. I knew he was crooked. They said the WSB was crooked though. But yeah, he told me something he want whatever they working on. Look like he telling Jocelyn on tomorrow's episode not to interfere. So I don't know if they talking about Emma or they talking about Anna or what. But yeah, he's supposed to be telling her not to interfere. But we'll see. I think. Oh, that was the last comment I read. Hold on. Anna wants Brandon to investigate Dalton, but he denied her. That's when she talked to Felicia and told her put her PI hat on or whatever. Why I said it like that? Put her PI hat on or whatever, and she was like, maybe you overcompensated because Robin, because you know she wasn't there. Can you do a Younger Restless? I gotta really get into Younger and Restless. I had started watching, but I stopped again, y'all. But what else? What else happened? She told her she was overcompensating for Robin. She was like, can't two things be, true at one time, But yeah, she's gonna talk to Jason. I said, good she is. But Von talking about he know how to handle Devane. I said, you gonna get handled. I take that back. Because sometimes Anna will be over here slipping. She be over here slipping and stuff. But Valentine ain't in the picture, so maybe she'll do her job now. Who else we got? Let me see. Who next, y'all? Emma and Gio. He ends up revealing to her that he's working there. And they was talking, and he was like, she's the only person he could trust aside from Sonny, but now he don't even know. So he goes over there because he seen Sonny and Laura together, and he assumed that Sonny was following him. I mean, Laura did tell him to keep an eye on Gio or whatever, but Laura ends up telling Gio, it's not like that. I'm the one that invited him here, and he ends up apologizing or whatever. But I think it was funny. Look, when he knocked Ezra in the water, I said, "That what you get." But at the same time, I said, "Now, Laura, now you know doggone well your job is in jeopardy. They've been talking about Sonny. It's one thing to do behind closed doors. This lady in broad daylight." I said, she done came over here in broad daylight. She ain't trying to hide it. I said, maybe she don't want to be married no more. But yeah, I was like, girl, you in broad daylight. I knew I was waiting on him to come. He come walking up. Ezra, what's his last name? Royal. I don't know. I forgot already. We came walking up, recording, talking about he's streaming live or whatever. Look at this, talking about the mirror, and Laura just over here so smiling. I said, she just was smiling. Sonny got up. I said, Sonny, don't do nothing stupid. He recorded you. I said, don't do nothing stupid. But here comes Gio. He knocked him in the water or whatever. I said, that what he get. That what he get. Who else we got? I think they showed Emma and Gio again, and I think he asked who that dude was, and it was Dalton. Dalton, I don't know. But Emma clearly picked up on the fact that he want her or he interested. She dropped that towel. I said, Emma, you playing a dangerous game, girl. You don't know nothing about this man. She done dropped the towel because I knew she seen him watching her. Yeah, I said, he wants, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I said, he wants some of Emma, don't it? I hate to say, why you watching her like that? First, I thought they had something going on. At first, because I know a lot of people were saying that as well. That back in the day, when they was in wherever they was at, that they had something going on. Hold on, it's closing out again. But Elizabeth and Lucky, he playing this little romantic little dinner, lunch, whatever they is. And they was just talking and just dancing and stuff. Next thing you know, he got down on one knee and proposed, and she told him no. And I knew it. Do y'all think it's because she not ready, or do y'all think it's because of the whole fact that she think he finna leave, or maybe she just not in that space right now? Either way it goes, she said no, but she's supposed to be explaining to him why on tomorrow's episode. Laura, Sonny, Gio, and Ezra. Laura and Sonny was just talking. She was congratulating him on the fact that he has a grandson. They was talking about how this affects Rocco. She was worried that, he gonna need more attention. Sonny was basically saying, he thinks that he gonna be able to handle things, and he actually wants something to do with Gio. Which is true, because he said that. Hold on, let me do this right fast, y'all. Yeah, because Rocco wanted to reach out or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, Gio is mad. Gio's not trying to talk to nobody right now aside from Emma and Sonny. He don't want to talk to nobody. I think that Gio also told Emma that he found out that Brooklyn actually didn't know that he was her son, but she still didn't want him. That's his whole thing. The fact that neither one of his parents wanted him or whatever. At least know he won't stick around that long. Right. That's what she's afraid of. Let me see. Hold on, wait. Let me scroll down. In exchange, they both bring down Drew. Sasha has been more of a daughter to her than Willow. Right. And look, I said, and she better not try to come in Sasha's face after everything blow up in her face. Nina forgets that Ned and Tracy know and Sasha. Somebody, I feel like, do y'all think that Drew is going to be the one to tell that he was involved with it's thundering? Do y'all think that Drew is going to be the one to tell Willow that he was involved with Nina or what, or somebody else? Because I feel like that would be the next thing for him to do when it comes out that Nina was the one that poisoned him. The next thing to do would be to snitch on yourself or whatever, so you could think you could manipulate Willow even further. Hold on, let me scroll down. Let me scroll down, y'all. Okay, that's it. But yeah, I say the next thing to do is cause look, but Willow, she over here getting teared eyed and stuff when she found out that Sasha and Michael slept together, and when she found out that he was the father of Sasha's baby. I said, then Drew little slick tail. Did y'all see him reach out to Willow or whatever when she found that out or whatever? I said he over here trying to make himself seem like something he not. Like he just so supportive, and I know you going through it or whatever. And another thing I was gonna point out, I don't think they knew what Nina revealed to Rick because they all look shocked. They look shocked or whatever. But yeah, it's out there now. It's out there now. Let me see. Lulu Brooklyn ends up. Brooklyn said, and I didn't write this part down. Brooklyn said she's still not done. She said, told Lulu, you think you could blow up my life and get away with it? You next. I got something for you. She said, I got something for you. But yeah, that's basically what she told her. But she came to confront her and ask, did she hate her so much that she would blow up her life? So she ends up trying to tell her, that ain't what it was. I wasn't trying to blow up your life. I didn't even know he was there, and just trying to talk to her. She tried to smooth things over too. I said, she trying to smooth things over. Aren't you happy that the truth is out now? I mean, she got a point, but at the same time, I said, you trying to smooth things over. Then she mentions that Dante and Brooklyn both think that she did that to spite them and stuff like that. And Brooklyn was saying how she happy that Dante sees through her bull crap. Hold on. But yeah, that's what she was basically saying. And they just was going back and forth. And for a moment, I was like, is they finna finally drop this? No. I was hoping that it was over with. No, it's not. She told her she ain't gonna get away with this. I was like, wait till Lulu finna slip up and do something, and that's when Brooklyn gonna tell it. That's when Brooklyn gonna tell it, y'all. What y'all think it's gonna be? Let me know. Joss and Rick, she was on the stand. That's when Rick was trying to get her to say, what was he trying to get her to say? Because Joss ends up revealing that Willow said that nothing's more important than Drew, her relationship with Drew. And she was like, that's not everything I said. Tell everything or whatever. So Rick ends up asking about it. That's when Josh was like, oh, no, I don't remember. It's kind of fuzzy. I said, look, she trained for this, ain't it? And then she also, what she said, she ends up mentioning that Drew came into the bathroom and everything. And I was like, look, Drew, you ain't helping the case. You're not helping the case at all. And that Drew threatened her and stuff. I said, but I don't know, y'all. Do y'all feel like it's going to go in Willow's favor? Hold on, let me scroll down, see who we are feeling to avoid each other as much. Right, exactly. But then now, do y'all think the situation, how Brooklyn went to Maxie and said that she had to choose? Do y'all think that's going to come up again or what? Drew ain't going to tell nothing about him, and then he going to continue to lie to Willow because Drew is a sack of garbage. He is. They keep saying that Drew is not Drew. He's somebody else, so we'll see, y'all. Y'all know they be getting ideas off the fans, don't y'all? They be getting ideas off the fans, then they just write that in there, and sometimes it don't even make sense. But what else? Yeah, after Josh said that, who got on stand next? Was it Nina or was it Michael? I think it was Nina got on the stand, and that's when they was questioning. She over here talking about something. Michael didn't try to see his kids or whatever. He just let the kids go. He didn't even try to. Girl, please, he tried to do y'all a favor, do Willow a favor, and you trying to flip it on him, trying to make it seem like he a deadbeat daddy. Regardless of y'all bringing up his past and stuff like that, you got to compare if he a good daddy or not. But yeah, because Michael, he was saying, like, at first, he trusted Willow judgment and stuff like that when he got on the stand. But now, ever since she got connected with Drew, it's kind of like when she was involved with Shiloh. He was talking about that, and they just looked like they shocked. But he said exactly what she needed to hear. And she over there looking like, no, I don't know. They kept exchanging looks and stuff. I said, see, if y'all would have just talked to each other and kept these folks out y'all business. Hold on. Let me see. Drew won't tell Willow. Y'all don't think so? Y'all don't think he gonna tell? I don't know. I wonder who. They said Tracy, Ned, no. I don't know who knows besides them. But yeah, I was like, see, but yeah, he asked Michael about Claudia. He asked Michael about trying to take Avery. And they was like, I said, look, everybody got some skeletons in their closet, but I don't understand how these folks can do what they do and then forget they did what they did. meaning Rick over here questioning somebody about jail, but I expected him to say, because he was trying to say, Michael was trying to say that he don't trust the kids and Willow Presley because her mind just gone when it comes to Drew or whatever. So, they may be in danger. I was waiting on it. I was waiting on them to say, or him to say, about the way he was brought up, the fact that he got shot in the head. When you think about it, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. And Carla still ain't leave this man. She still didn't leave him. Well, she might have left him, but she always returns. She always returns. But yeah, I was like, I was expecting him to say that though. What else? Who got on the stand? Nina got on the stand. Michael, Sasha got on the stand, y'all. She just over there. She knew it when she was talking to Jason. She said, do you think that Rick knows? And yep. But Carly's supposed to be saying on tomorrow's episode, it was you. So I don't know if she know that Nina the one snitched, or if she bringing up the fact that she's the one who poisoned Drew. But yeah, Sasha got on the stand. That's when he went to asking about her relationship. First, he asked about her occupation. He started asking about her relationship with Michael and stuff. Asked when the last time they had sex, and she just paused. I said, "You just gave it away right there." But yeah, I said, "What?" And he kept reminding her that she's under oath. If she lies, she can go to jail, or whatever. You gonna leave your kid, your child, or whatever? I said, "You dirty thing, you." But it was bound to come out. They knew that or whatever. So she admitted that they had sex because he asked about the night at the bar or whatever, what happened, what led to it. I'm glad they pointed that out because don't make it, hold on, what was that? I got a notification. I said, don't make it seem like the man just went out there and was cheating and stuff like that. She found out about her boyfriend being a cousin. That's what she said or whatever. Hold on. And then she ends up revealing that she left with him and that he's the father of the baby. And there's Willow over here teary-eyed and stuff. And I said, I said, but the thing about it, though, they only slept together one time. I mean, it don't make it no better because he cheated. And I knew that's why I said they shouldn't did that. I said, they shouldn't did that. I said, that wasn't right. Because now they're making it seem like, oh, you cheated before she did. They played the video of Willow and Nina. Not Willow and Nina. Lord. Willow and Drew on the floor or whatever, talking about some Michael snuck and put a camera, talking about that's supposed to be a private moment. What you talking about? That man, you in that man people's house, and then you his wife, and you talking about, he over here talking about some private moment. What, Rick, be for real. Let me see. Honestly, I said, but Michael should give him custody whoever gets the hell shit. Do y'all think that they gonna give him custody and say that, or give? I seen somebody say they think that maybe he might get custody, but Willow will be able to see the kids if Drew not around or something like that. I don't know. I'd be shocked if they give Michael custody. But somebody else also said, and I just thought about that. They said, what sense would it make for them to bring Michael back just for him to lose his kids? I mean, probably for Sasha's secret to come out. I'm hoping he still get custody or whatever, because what they've been doing, regardless of the fact that he cheated, this is about the fact that she took his son out of there. I'm glad they brought that up. She took his son, didn't even tell him, hey, gonna take this man's son. They brought up the fact that he gave her custody, not custody, but allowed her to adopt Wiley. And she ain't even considering the fact that them his children. She ain't at all. And they need to pay for this. But they saying Drew gonna bribe the judge, but we'll see. What else? What else happened? I think the end of the scene was the fact that Michael cheated with Sasha and got her pregnant, and everybody looking all shocked or whatever. And then it looked like she did something grand, but it's gonna get caught. It's gonna get caught. She gonna get caught. I think Michael will get. Yeah, I think so. Maybe that'll be a wake up call for her. Maybe that they should did that. I just thought about that. If they would have do that. If they do that, that'll be great because that'll show her. Maybe your actions since being with Drew is costing you. Maybe you need to think about this. You done lost your marriage. You done lost custody of your kids. You just found out the man you done cheated with was messing around with your mama and kept it from you. Not only that, she need to find out that he lied. Had the lady lie, like Michael didn't want to talk to her and stuff like that. She already know about Wiley saying that he wanted to go home. I'm surprised they didn't bring it up. When they was asking if he had talked to his kids and stuff like that, that would have been a perfect opportunity to bring that up. Who else we got? Wiley maybe don't want to do it. Right. He said he wanted to go home. I was like, they should have brought that up. Dawson and Emma, he was saying how he hopes she don't, hold it against her that she didn't get the job or whatever. She just using, I don't know what it's called, but she was using what she got to get what she want. But she picked up, excuse me, she picked up that he was looking at her or whatever. So she went over there. She was kind of like flirting indirectly. excuse me, she was kind of flirting or whatever, and she was just talking about that, and she suggested, wait, was she the one that suggested that they hang out? I said, you don't know nothing about this dude. He gonna be in danger. Let me see. Let me check, because I ain't been looking at these notes, y'all. Let me make sure. Emma wanted to meet up with Dawson. Yeah, she wanted to meet up. He agreed. And that's when Gio seen him and asked who he was. And she was like, is he still looking? And he was like, yeah. So that's when she dropped the towel. She dropped the towel. He just staring at her. I said, He didn't even see Vaughn back. At first, I didn't even see Vaughn back there watching. I said, Vaughn, get somewhere and sit down. But yeah, let's see. Who else we got, y'all? We already talked about Anna Felicia. I think that's everybody. But let me scan these notes. And then I got to watch Beyond the Gates and do the review on it. And I think Dalton working on something dangerous. Reed brings up. Reed brought up Michael's upbringing, and I knew he would. Vaughn watching Dalton and Emma. I think Rocco would need extra support. Brandon wants to take Dalton creating. Yep, that's it. That's all, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a good rest of the day and be safe.